Hey guys. Okay. Sorry, I was interrupted. I'm glad I was, though. That was our plumber. So, yeah, I just wanted to continue the story, part two. We did have to call a plumber. He was the sweetest man I've ever seen. I mean, I've dealt with plumbers before, and he was just absolute sweetest. Actually, when I opened the door, because my husband found this plumber, and I opened the door, and he is this elderly man. And I texted my husband, I'm like, dude, he's old. This is elder abuse. But he turned out to be very skillful. Obviously, he has all the experience. He had wonderful reviews, and now I get it because he was the sweetest man, and he fixed the problem fairly quickly, actually. So with minimal like contact, he barely came into the house. He just kind of knew where the issue was, and he checked outside of the house and was able to figure it out. Where did I leave off? Okay, so that is the resolution so far. Hopefully, we never deal with this problem before. And actually, I appreciate this plumber guy because when he was leaving, he said, I hope I never see you guys again. Assuming, of course, that everything is free flow, is literally flowing. Okay, but what was I saying in part one? I know you guys are frothing at the mouth to figure out, like, to hear my insight here, right? Yeah, right. Who's even watching this? I appreciate it if you do, though. It's great. Uh, okay, so what was I explaining? I was talking about food poisoning because I had acute poisoning this morning. My stomach is a bit queasy, so having that happen in tandem with all of our toilets and our tubs backed up. I was like, this is an interesting predicament because what if I have to go to the bathroom and it's not possible? Or I have to go outside, I guess. I don't know. So gross. TMI. Thank you guys for your understanding about how TMI this all is. Okay, so I was talking about, I think I left off on mind change. And this was in relation to the food poisoning thing. So, in mind change, in all this neuroplasticity, subconscious rewiring, woo woo, energetic quantum physics world, and if you're a Christian, that God, we understand that in this life, everything happens for us, even the crappiest, most annoying, most inconvenient, most, for lack of a better term, shittiest situations are happening for us. And that's why God allows them all to happen. He's not being mean, but we have to go through these uncomfortable things because, in my opinion, there's always a lesson. It's always an opportunity to learn more about yourself. It's always an opportunity to overcome something so that you can provide wisdom and encouragement to those who have to go through it too. I truly believe that. I think that's kind of why we were designed to live as humans. So I think it's funny because as I was eating this spoiled food last night, and I kind of had a feeling, but I didn't really heed it. I, after the roller coaster of violently throwing up this morning, I I just found myself thanking my brain and my body. And here's why. I have been having incredible personal revelations about my internal world lately. A lot. Like, as I did one of Sam's meditations yesterday, and I forget which one it was, but it's where you put your hand on your heart and you ask yourself, as you're allowing all the sensations and symptoms, and you ask yourself, body, what are you trying to tell me? What do I need to hear right now? And this is a practice I've been doing for years, right? But I just felt compelled to really introspect like that yesterday. And the thing that came up for me was, like, just love me. Like, I felt my body was literally telling myself, like, just love me. And of course, you bawl your eyes out when you have that revelation, because you can have a conscious revelation, but then that one was like a download into my cells, into the nervous system, into my body. It was felt, and it resonated in my body. So I think, as we know, the subconscious drives 95% of our lives. So I think with me just willingly eating this questionable food, I honestly think that was the wisdom of my body wanting to trigger a purge, because all of these revelations have been coming up about how much I haven't loved myself, how much I haven't abandoned my, or how much I've abandoned myself because I've learned to, and how much I've actually been right in my life, but I was just in environments and around people that um, helped me to learn and believe that I was wrong about everything, that I couldn't trust myself. And so there's a lot to that. And it's a painful revelation, but it's also a relieving revelation. And so all these, emotions and things have to come up. And so I think my body chose this opportunity to just literally purge, like to get food poisoning, to help purge emotional poison. And, and poison has a negative connotation, but just this, these negative limiting, and I don't want to say negative, limiting core beliefs that have been sitting in my cells for who knows how long. And like I always say, it's probably not even mine. It's probably from my parents and their parents and so on and so forth. I always say this. And it was just time to purge. And because this is the journey, right? The journey is a lot of just emptying our stress bucket, emptying the allostatic load. You're purging, you're cleaning, you're purifying, you're refining, like all that stuff. And it is not a process that feels good. We understand that. So that was a big reframe for me. And so I found myself, yeah, just allowing the purge. It doesn't feel good. Nobody likes throwing up, right? I don't know. Maybe you're one of the few that does. I don't like it. The act is gruesome and very wildly uncomfortable. But when you start to understand, and when we get into this allowing, right, then it's kind of just like there's no fighting it, there's no resisting it. And we understand that the body knows what it's doing. So we just have to allow it and just let it do what it needs to do without applying additional story to it, you know? So that's my spiel on that. That's my update with the clogged toilets. And I was joking around with my husband because in the same vein of, if we're talking about everything happens to us for a reason, I was telling my husband, like, how funny that this is happening. How metaphoric is this? I think I mentioned this in my video yesterday, but it's like we're finally unclogging so much. you know? Like that's what allowing is, right? That's what the plumber was telling me. He was like, I had to stick a rod in there in your clogged pipe. And once I did that, everything started flowing free. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so metaphoric. It's kind of the same thing, right? Like we just have to allow this unclogging that is happening to us on this journey. And then, when we allow, then all this stuff's going to come purging out and releasing. And it's powerful and it's potent and it's very uncomfortable to experience in the body. But there's no other way, right? Because just like with these freaking clogged toilets, if there's no outlet, everything's just going to keep bubbling up and it spills out in areas like that you don't want, like on the bathroom floor. you know? So, yeah. Whew, that was a lot this morning. It was a lot. I took my I took my daughter to my in-laws because I needed to pee. I couldn't pee. Everything was backed up. And thankfully my mother-in-law is gonna just have her for the day so that I can, I guess, like recover from this acute food poisoning. Though I think most of it is gone now because it was very violent this morning. So I think all of that is gone. Fingers crossed, hopefully. I have been able to eat, but I don't really have an appetite right now because I think my body's like integrating all that stuff. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna work, maybe do another meditation. You know what? The funny thing about is with meditations, I see how I was approaching it so pretty incorrectly before. Because I was doing the meditations to get rid or to find reprieve. But now I do it because I want to. I want to sit there and allow and feel the sensations and then quite possibly um, try to understand what is this trying to communicate to me, and the meditations really help with that. And it's not so before I was doing meditations to fix and to get rid of things, but now I'm just doing it to get to know myself better. And so that's been a big shift too. So what a day. What a day. All right, you guys, comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. I love hearing how you guys are doing. I love hearing your thoughts. Please connect. Frankenstein, love your comments. It's fantastic. Hope you guys are watching The Mindful Gardener. Their videos are still popping, locking, still super good. And yeah, see you guys soon. I don't think I'm going to post a video this week. This week has just been nuts. I try to post a long form video Wednesday and Thursday, but you know what? We might just take a break because what a wild week already. Okay, you guys, love you, and I will see you soon.